Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is, or good afternoon, wherever you are actually in the US or listening to this. Even if you're listening this evening, this is John here. This is Pest Finders Professionals. And today we're going to jump into something that every homeowner should know. And this podcast episode is not necessarily going to be for our pest professionals. Actually, this is going to be more targeted towards you, the homeowner. So if you get a chance to listen to this one is very important and could save you thousands and thousands of dollars. We're enjoying the rains that's been coming. March and April, we've heard the saying April showers. Temperatures rise, rains come out. Things happen in the pest world. When we come right back, we're going to jump into termite season. God bless. Okay, guys, welcome back. So, yeah, you guessed it. We're going to talk a little bit about termites and what you should know as a homeowner. And I wanted to do something not necessarily for the pest professionals because they're kind of experts in this field. But many homeowners are not, and they don't realize how important termite control is. And to let you understand, I didn't actually realize this either. Actually, when I came from Scotland and came to the States, I kind of knew a little bit about termites from, being abroad and different places of the world, but never really took into consideration how serious it would be for a homeowner. I mean, when you're abroad, when you're in jungles or, when you're out in the wilderness and you see termite mounds, you don't think about it. You don't think about, well, this could eat my house out, and then when I came over here to the States and I found out this is a big issue, it's a massive issue. And when I started working in the pest industry, I very quickly realized that, this is a serious consideration from homeowners. So why are we talking about it just now? You heard me say at the beginning that this is termite season. Well, the reality is, termite season exists all year round. But as we come out of, winter time, where everything seems a bit quieter, where things go more kind of melancholy during that time, and a lot of pests over winter. We don't have as much pests other than rodents and things like that, trying to, seek shelter. As we move into the spring season, as the weather starts to heat up, and then we move into this time in March and April where we have these, spring showers, because spring showers is famous, all over the world, It gives us the ideal conditions for termites. And what happens is when the temperatures rise and the moisture comes, you have a conducive environment for these termites. And so the adult termites, the adult males and the adult females, alates as we are known, these are flying termites. They take flight, and they take flight because they're looking to start new colonies. And so you find that this season, especially here in North Carolina and South Carolina, we've already seen the signs of these termite swarms, and that's what they're known as. We're known as termite swarms. Okay. And many homeowners don't actually realize this. They don't realize how serious this can actually be. So as we come into this season, if you're buying a home, or if you own your own home, it's also the time of year where we start to do a little bit more DIY. We start to look at things. We build decks. Looking at building patios because we can't wait for the summer to come. We want to get into that great weather and the barbecues and everything else. And also, this is a great time for people then to start looking towards maintenance of the home, and so they maybe look at their crawl spaces and what they can do in there. Now, as I mentioned, when the temperature rises and the conditions are perfect, these termites will take flight, and you'll normally find them. So, how you as an homeowner? Here's the thing you've got to understand is a lot of people will mistake them for flying ants, and I'm not going to go into the differences of that because I want to bring one of our members of Pest Finder Pro in here and we talk about the difference between termites and flying ants, and you can hear from their expert advice. But a lot of homeowners will mistake them for flying ants and don't think it's a serious issue. And what happens is they think, it's flying ants. You know, I'll just nip down to the DIY store and I'll buy myself some local pest control products. You know, you've seen them before. You know, you go into like Home Depot or something like that, or even sometimes even in your local supermarket, and you can pick Walmart and you can pick up the little gallon spray bottles, you know, which they're not. It's not really professional stuff. It doesn't last. It doesn't. It certainly is not really going to affect. It'll be a knockdown for a little while, but it's not brilliant. You really need to, you know, put your faith and your trust in the hands of a professional. So what happens is you buy this cheap product, you go and you start spraying it around, and you don't see them anymore. You kill off the elates, you kill off them flying termites and who you think are ants. But you don't realize that that's a sign that there is actually an active colony or several active termite colonies nearby. So the adults are looking to procreate. They're looking to start new colonies. And it's not long before you may start to see other signs. I'm not saying not long because it's a slow process, but you can imagine it like your home is being eaten from the inside out and you don't even know it. In fact, actually, when I moved in here, I noticed I came into my office in here and I noticed frass, noticed sawdust droppings. I could see the little telltale holes. Immediately, I started tapping. I knew there was termites, and so I had to take action. And you know, I called a buddy of mine, and we got some treatment, and we dealt with it. And again, I was lucky because I knew what I was looking for. I was looking for these signs. I could see it. I identified it. I knew where the sawdust kind on the floor was coming from. I could see the little telltale holes, and obviously, I couldn't see termite tubes because we're on a solid slab foundation here. But when I went outside and inspected, I could see signs of termite infestation. I could see termite infestation within old logs that were in the garden, and I could see coming into near the home signs of termite tubes. So this is something that you as a homeowner really need to understand, that you know millions of dollars get spent each year on repair of damage from termites. And also, there's a legal requirement that you have termite protection on your home. I mean, you can't really essentially sell your home. I don't know the laws in every state, because obviously there's going to be, you know, like in America, which the legal industry, it's crazy. In the legal industry, all states have all different laws and regulations, and sometimes I find that complete. Like it is crazy. Like it's like idiots. So why does one state have a different one to another and another? I don't get it. You know, coming from Scotland, we have laws that just there's the whole of Scotland and that's it. Why can't we just have that in America? Nevertheless, each state does have its own particular problem. But what is really an underlying truth, if you like, is that in spring, it is the swarming season for termites. Now, in fall, we also get swarms as well. And typically, dependent on the weather, dependent on the environment, swarms can happen at any given time throughout the year. But let's just concentrate for now because we're going into this termite season. And this is swarming season now. And so if you're a homeowner, you really want to get out and look around your home for signs of termites. If you haven't had a termite inspection, then it's something you need to do now. And it's something you need to be proactive with. And so if you have a local pest control company that you're dealing with, then call them, ask them to get an inspection done to check your home. It's important. Maybe that's part of the package that you actually already have. Maybe you haven't thought so much about pest control for your home and don't think, you think, well, I'm just DIY it myself. That might not be the best thing because these professionals they're well trained and well versed in termite behavior and other pest behavior. They understand. But for any type of pest that we deal with, even when I was in the army, the first thing that we are taught is that any pest, we have to get control of it or to destroy it, eradicate it. We have to, we have to infiltrate its life cycle, and we have to break up its life cycle and destroy that element of it. Well, some DIY products don't do that. And there's other products that are particularly adept for termites. And it's not for me to promote these products, because many different companies will use all different things. And we'll probably have an episode where we'll talk about these products within the pest industry, because we'll have experts come in and talk about it. But you as the homeowner just need to know that this is a serious issue, and this is the season that you could be facing that issue. And of course, one of my colleagues, one of friends of mine in South Carolina, did a great little video the other day where he was teaching his customers what they should know about termites and termite infestations, and especially when you're building decks. And so there's a video there that shows you that, and I'll probably link that video so you can see it. It shows you that there's 3 posts built on decks over the years, and they've been eaten away by termites, because people sometimes they build a deck and they don't treat it for termites. And even when people are building new homes, sometimes I've seen it, they don't treat for termites. They don't. Sometimes that's wrong. So it really needs to be something that's considered. And of course, there are legal requirements, but how would you know? You need to have a termite bond, a termite certificate. Again, this changes in all kind of different states, but it's very important. So I would advise any of you guys to look for these signs. Let's say why does, termites, for instance, flying termites, they're attracted to light. So because they're attracted to light and sort of these reflective surfaces that give off light or reflect light, you're going to see swarms around openings, especially in your windowsills in that area. And you might even you'll see them on the floor. You'll see discarded wings where the alates have come in and have discarded wings, and they're going to start looking at a new colonizing. You have to know what you're looking for and know the difference. As I said, I'm going to be bringing an expert in to talk about the differences between flying ants and termites. It's not something I know the difference. It's not something I want to do just now, because you need to hear it from real professionals in the field, and they can probably give you more tips and hints as well more than I can. But what I can tell you is you're going to be looking for these discarded wings. You're going to be looking for, if there are subterranean termites in there, you're going to be looking for mud tubes, signs of that. You're going to look for the frass, on the floor, which sometimes you're not going to see it. Just remember that these I can't remember the statistics, right? But I think it's several months for each foot of damage that can occur. And I've seen some crazy damage with termites. And that's another thing I want to do. I'm going to bring on some of our members of Pest Finder Pro to talk about some of the worst damage that they've actually seen from termites, and even from carpenter ants. Again, that's another thing. So it's spring. The conditions are conducive for survival and for them to thrive. And often you kind of miss that. And you might even miss a swarm and then end up having a new colony. Just realize that it doesn't necessarily mean that because there's a swarm on your property that you've got a termite colony in your property. That's a misunderstanding. But what it does mean is that there is a termite colony near. And so it's better to be proactive than reactive, right? So start termite control now. Start doing it right now. Get in touch with some of our great members. Some of our members on the Pest Finder Pro platform are termite specialists. We've got specialists in California. We've got specialists in North Carolina. We've got specialists in South Carolina. We've got specialists in New York. We've got termite specialists all over, right? So get on Pest Finder Pro, find a specialist near you, contact them, ask them to come out and do a termite inspection, and find out where you stand. Is there signs around your home that there's a termite? And remember that specialists know what to look for. You don't necessarily know. They may go under your crawl space. Like a good buddy of mine in South Carolina, he'll go under his, Kenny will go under the crawl space. He'll find termite signs that you would never even dream would be there. And he'll prove it. And so what are you going to know as a homeowner? You don't necessarily know that there's termites there, right? Because you don't know what you're looking for. And it's really an objective phenomena that you see outside. You're going to see the swarm and you're going to see, but you don't know what's really going on in your home or underneath the crawl space. And that's why it's really important, especially at this time of year. So just remember, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking millions of dollars a year that get, of damage in the US because of termites, when it's a better investment to work with a local pest control professional, local company in your area, and get your either your general pest control or even just your termite control started. Start it now. Start it early in spring, so that you're ahead of the game, and so that you're protected. And you've got to protect your investment. Just remember, your home is your greatest investment, probably, other than your children. I don't want to say that's an investment, but it's your greatest thing in your life. But next to that, your home that you've worked hard for, that you've toiled for, that is your greatest investment. And so it makes sense to protect that investment. And a little bit of investment now is going to save you a lot more down the line, perhaps thousands. Sometimes termite infestations may require a whole tented structure to go over the home while they treat it. And I once saw a video where there was so much damage in the home with the termites that almost the kitchen cabinets and things were kind of falling off. It's crazy. So that's what I want to leave you with, ladies and gentlemen. This is termite swarming season. Again, just let's recap. It's throughout the whole year, but now is the time when you really want to act. Get in touch with your local Pest Finder professional. Find them on Pest Finder Pro. That's pestfinderpro.com. Contact them. Get them in to have a look, to do an inspection, and start your termite control program now. Look forward to the next episodes. As I said, I'm not always going to be talking about marketing. I'm not always going to be talking about things that Pest Finder, pest professionals need to know or think about. I'm also going to be bringing in experts to help you, the homeowner, and also things that I've learned over the years as well. And believe you me, from me being a foreigner coming from Scotland and then landing here and seeing the impact of termites, it's crazy. And like I said, I've had them in my home, but luckily I know what I'm doing and I have the right contacts, and so I can get it done. So that's all you need to do. Contact your proper contacts in the area. Get on. If you don't have a local company that you're talking to now, and get in touch with one. Find them on Pest Finder Pro. Contact them. Give them a call, and tell them you found them on there. You listen to this and you found them on there. Maybe, who knows, they might even give you a little discount. But this is the time that you should really be looking toward protecting your home. Termites are really serious. They can cause some serious damage to your home. And they're silent. I won't say deadly, but they're ravenous. They're hungry. And here's the thing you might not know. Termites don't say, they eat 24/7. They're eating your home 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, in silence. You can sometimes hear them, actually. You can, a pest professional will be able to identify sounds close up to the wall or something. They'll kind of hear them. But, they're silent. They come in. They're like the special forces of the insect world. You don't hear them. The ninjas, if you like. And they come in and they come from under, and they just, subterranean, obviously, they're under the ground. They come in and they start eating your home, and you're looking at, they're eating your home 24/7. There's no way we can eat 24/7, but they can. So get online, contact one of the professionals today on Pest Finder Pro. And if you've got any questions about termites, fire them into us, and I'll get one of our experts to come on and give you more information and tips. Also, here's another thing. And this is just before we finish, you need to understand that mulching in this time, right, can also be a bad idea. If you have mulch that is not treated and you've got it right up against your wall and you have wooden structures and the mulches can, then you're asking for problems. So beware as well, guys, of when you're mulching. Keep termites in mind, because it could cost you a lot of money in the long run, and we don't want that. Protect your greatest investment. Get in touch with your local professional. This is termite swarming season. Don't be swarmed. Don't be panicked. It can be dealt with, but be proactive rather than reactive. God bless.